Hi, my name is João Rosa. I am an assistant professor at the University of Gdańsk in Poland, and I am working also in association with the University of Tartu in Estonia.
Why did you decide to study physics and pursue a career in physics?
I decided to study physics because in my 11th grade in high school in Portugal, I had a very good physics teacher. His name was Fernando Seródio. And this is the year in Portugal where we study about gravity and about orbits and stuff like that. I really liked it and I really liked the teacher, so I decided to pursue that as a profession.
What difficulties did you encounter in your path, and what suggestions do you have for people who encounter the same difficulties?
I think the biggest difficulty I found in my career was the fact that when I was working on my PhD, I was following, of course, the directions from my supervisors, but it happened that one of the topics I was working with was not a very impactful topic or not a very mainstream topic. And when I finished my PhD, unfortunately the funding was mostly for gravitational wave physics, so not related to the topic I was studying, that was modified gravity. And so the difficulty was mainly to find a postdoc, to manage to find a position after being working for so many years in a topic that was not mainstream. And what I did was to start parallel projects with other researchers in a topic that I found more impactful, that I thought was going to be more interesting in the future. And besides my main research, I started working on that, and eventually I had published a paper on the topic, and that allowed me to finally find a postdoc in this area. So what I suggest for students that are facing the same problem, maybe they are in their PhDs following the suggestions of their supervisors blindly, like they should, but at some point you should realize by yourself, you should think for yourself if this is or not a topic of interest for the future, and you should try to find a topic that you think is going to be impactful for your career, even if it's just a parallel project.
What is your topic of research, and how would you explain it to high school students?
So my topic of research is about trying to find out what's in the center of our gravity, of our galaxy. And so for high school students, I think all high school students have at least thought about or heard about a black hole. A black hole is this object that's so compact and so massive that not even light can escape. And as you might know, there are other alternatives for the black hole case. So if you look with a telescope to the center of a galaxy, you will find that there's something in there, you don't know exactly what, but it does look like a black hole. But unfortunately, the black hole is a very problematic model for several reasons. You might have heard also about the singularity and the event horizon. These are characteristics of the black hole spacetime, but unfortunately they are not very well understood from the fundamental point of view. So it would be very interesting if one could find an alternative model that reproduces the same observations, but doesn't have the same drawbacks as a black hole spacetime. So that's what I do. I'm trying to look into the galactic center and trying to analyze the alternatives to the black hole hypothesis and trying to understand if what we see in there is really a black hole or some alternative model with not as many drawbacks.
If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe.